What's up, traders? Welcome back to another recap. Pretty good day today. Very unfortunate for us. We only got a partial this day. I'm gonna explain why it was unfortunate, but we only got a partial today, which is better than a loss. It's better than a losing day. Still came out the day profitable, so that's something that we have to account for the day as well. Let's get straight into the bias. Today was pretty straightforward. So I have my initial bias right here. Essentially, our draw of liquidity was going to be these two highs right here, which was Asian high and this 1 hour intermediate high, which this Asian high was already getting swept. So I kind of expected the market to retrace from this high, and that's why we have this scenario as well. I had two different scenarios. Either we were going to respect this 15-minute and go higher to take out this high immediately, or we were going to come lower towards these data lows and then go towards this high, right? So those were my two scenarios for today and basically my overall bias. Essentially, going into the exact trade and show you guys here, we did catch these longs right here. Unfortunately, we got break even early. And I'll tell you guys why we went break even. But unfortunately, we got break even early here, and the market ended up running towards our full take profit. But we were able to get some partials. But let's go ahead and explain what we were looking for. So we essentially seen what the market gave a resweep of this high. And honestly, I wanted to take this short. But the problem with this short, guys, I wouldn't say the problem, but yes, the problem with the short, we did get our inversion right here. Very nice inversion. It's just this confirmation right there. This is way too far away from our sweep and our inversion. It's just way too far. And we've also swept intermediate liquidity, and we've also are tapping into a 15-minute gap, and we also have liquidity above us, right? I get it. We're sweeping Asia highs. I love that, but context matters. So in this case right here, that's the only reason why we did not execute that short. It was just too much against it, and the fact that this confirmation, that's really it. This confirmation, if we would have confirmed literally right here, or right here, it would have been a lot better for us to execute that and go break even by the time we entered into that 15-minute. It's just once we confirm inside of a 15-minute fresh gap and we're sweeping low resistance liquidity, I think if this trade would have reversed, I would have been upset. And that's why, that's what you have to ask yourself. If you lose this trade, are you going to be upset? And if yes, then most likely you shouldn't be taking the trade. All right. So that's kind of what I asked myself in this case. But it did play out. It played out towards data lows. So if you did take it, good job. It did play out. Now, here's the trade that we actually took. When we swept these data lows right here, looking here on the 2-minute, we have this nice 2-minute inversion, very clean displacement towards the upside. Here is that gap that we inverse. So execute this trade right here off of that entry, stop loss at this low. Pretty nice trade. We ended up only getting a partial here once we tapped into this 15-minute gap right there. Boom. Once we reached that 15-minute gap, we went break even, and we took some partials into that 15-minute. So after we reached that 15-minute, you guys can see the market retrace back to the downside, tap back into where we entered, and ended up just taking off. Just unfortunate. Now, another entry that you could have taken here was potentially this 5-minute here, which Cello did end up taking. Now, this is also a good entry as well. I think in this case right here, this is a discretionary moment. Honestly, I do believe this 2-minute was the best entry. It's the cleanest entry. It directly follows my checklist. This is the entry that is near the sweep. It gives the cleanest displacement. Also, this is what creates the SMT. So our stop loss underneath here is literally the best structural stop loss. And it has the cleanest displacement, gets the cleanest inversion. As you guys can see here, this 5-minute inversion, we ended up rejecting this 5-minute at first. So you would have had to wait another 5 minutes to take this trade. Now, this trade played out. That's great. I'm happy for that. But there's going to be moments where waiting for another 5 minutes, you might not get that chance, okay? Because that could definitely have just taken off. But for the context of today, this is what happened. But I still believe that this was the best entry. Just unfortunate break even, but we have to take those precautions because the market could have easily traded away from this 15-minute and continued lower after taking this Asia high, right? So, and honestly, I'll be real, I wasn't expecting that, but we don't know. Okay, we can't get too cocky to the point where we try to predict the markets just because we have a strong idea of liquidity and everything. We still have to take precautions. All right, that's how you start slipping up and invalidating your rules. Okay, so that was pretty much my day. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Honestly, today was a nice day. I hate that we're going back towards the upside. I'm probably going to create all-time highs again. But it is what it is. GG's. I hope you guys were able to catch these longs. And if you were swinging these longs, great job. Great entries for you. And that's pretty much it for me, guys. So if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, let me know down below. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.